Hello, I'm Phoenix Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to beat the Oceanid Boss in Liyue region. So for this fight, you're going to want to bring Kaeya. He's a cryo element that every account will have access to. You can also bring Chongyun if you were lucky enough to pull him in the Wishes. The Oceanid Boss drops a lot of Hydro character ascension materials. Most importantly, it drops the Cleansing Heart, which every Hydro character needs to ascend. So the Oceanid Boss can be located in the Liyue region, northeast of Wuwang Hill and directly east of Xingxi Village. So for this fight, you can't directly damage the boss in a traditional way. The boss has a shield that prevents all attacks from reaching it. So in order to do damage to the boss, you have to defeat the enemies that it spawns. Now the best way to handle this is to freeze the enemies and then swap to your DPS character. So in this instance, I'm using Lisa and my main character Traveler to inflict big gobs of damage while they're frozen. You can use Traveler's Animo ability to spread the frozen state to enemies that are close by, which is fantastic. If you're dealing with a single target, you may want to just use Lisa. All of these characters, every single account will have access to, if you're free to play or not. It doesn't matter. You don't need to pay for any of these characters. These characters are free. And this strategy, it scales up. Now, the second enemy that you come across is this frog that has two attacks. It has that water jet. It has a jumping AoE attack, which unfortunately I don't get out of the way of. And upon its death, it spawns a big giant bubble that does another AoE attack. So that's why I've bought Noelle to trigger a shield whenever I'm in these instances where I can't avoid damage. So every now and then the boss will start getting rid of platforms to make the arena smaller. Now, it shouldn't be a problem so long as you don't run out of stamina. The little ducks with the water shields around them, again, best way to deal with them is to freeze them in place, then swap to your damage dealer. In this case, I was getting frustrated because I was being hounded. As you can see there, they didn't leave me a lot of room. So I swapped to Noelle, triggered my shield, and then procced her Q ability. Leaving me with just the one enemy left. So I swapped back to Lisa, avoided the attacks, and defeat the frog. Now, interesting side note, if you do run out of stamina whilst in the water here, you will drown and respawn not on these platforms. You'll respawn on one of the shores. But if you swim back to the arena, the boss will be on full health again. So do not let that happen. These little squirrels are very, very aggressive. They have two attacks. Usually one follows straight after the other. They've got that slightly jumping attack, and then they've got a tail whip. These cranes, they will jump back whenever you're too close. And whenever you're at range, they'll fire a water jet, similar to the frog. But there's usually more than one of them, so they're slightly harder to avoid. But you want to make sure that you're not trying to jump over those attacks, because you will get hit and it will knock you back, potentially putting you in the water. So this is the final round here. We've got the birds here that do that sweeping attack. Again, if you just proc your shield with Noelle early, then you can just spam lightning or electro attacks even. And then it just leaves you with one more enemy to deal with. Again, just using the cryo attacks to keep it frozen in place and then just continuously hitting it is my method of dealing with this. And it's a method that, whether you've got characters well built or not, you should be able to pull off. Because all of these characters are free-to-play characters with the exception of Noelle, which was promotional characters for beginners, which you can get fairly easily with 2 sets of wishes, and you're guaranteed to get her. And there we go. That's the Oceanid Boss. So if you found this helpful and you'd like to see other videos, then let me know. Let me know in the comments or let me know on Discord, and I'll try and make some more of these tailored to players that are free to play. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.